Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to dig deeper into the Synthesized Speech Markup Language, or SSML. This web standard is documented by W3C, the World Wide Web Consortium. It's an international community where member organizations, a full-time staff, and the public work to develop web standards.
The objective of the W3C is to bring the web to its full potential, which means that the web is the open mechanism for people to share information, to use for commerce and for entertainment. W3C gets its authority to be the driver of technical standards from the web, I would say from three sources. First and foremost, it was founded by the inventor of the web, Tim Berners-Lee, who created an open architecture and asked the industry through W3C to continue to develop and enhance an open architecture. Our second source of authority is from our membership. With well over 300 members, we have most of the key participants in the IT industry, in the web industry, participating in the conversations already. And I think the third source of authority is a track record of success. There was a recent Boston Globe article of the 150 most important things that MIT has ever developed for the world. W3C was listed as the most important of the 150.
SSML is one of these standards. It's designed to provide a rich, XML-based markup language for assisting the generation of synthetic speech, web, and other applications. The essential role of the markup language is to provide authors of synthesizable content a standard way to control the aspects of speech, such as pronunciation, volume, pitch, rate, etc., across different synthesis-capable platforms. Since each service provider, like Google, Azure, or AWS, chooses which parts of SSML to implement, and how exactly they should be implemented, we'll be looking at the AWS documentation of the tags they have developed and offer. You can download a PDF version of the AWS Polly Developer Guide by using the link in the course notes. But it might be best to use the online version, so you always have the latest. Look for the link to the supported SSML tags, which, right now begins on page 108. We're going to go over some of the tags, and see the results of applying them in the console. In addition to using the online console, there are batch approaches to using Polly both as an application program interface, and using Python notebooks. We won't be looking at those in this class. The supported tags list has an index in the beginning, with 3 columns. The action performed, and the tag name, are shown in the first 2 columns, and the third column documents if the tag is available currently now for neural voices. In other words, all of these tags are available for standard Polly voices, and some are currently available for neural voices. The documentation is straightforward and useful. Let's start with the pause tag at the top of the list. This tag is used to add a pause in the speech. If we use the link in the action column, we are taken to the details of the tag that is on the next page. The pause action is also achieved by using the punctuation marks such as the comma and period that we have already seen. The code for this then opens with speak. If we want to pause for a 3 seconds pause after lam, we use break, followed by a space, and time equals, and the time in seconds or microseconds, in quotes. Let's hear that.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow.
Let's look at emphasizing words. Emphasizing changes the speaking rate and the volume of the speaker. There are 3 level attribute values for this process. Strong increases the volume and slows the speaking rate. Moderate increases the volume and slows the rate, and reduced decreases the volume and speeds up the rate. So, we have added the emphasis tag, followed by a space, and strong in quotes. After the emphasized words, we added the emphasis close tag. Here is the result.
I already told you I really like that person.
Keeping this developer's guide handy is a good idea. There are frequent changes and additions to the supported tags, and this standard documentation approach makes it easy to find what you want to do. We'll be looking at some of the more complex SSML actions in the next lesson.